Does the Cardiff Soul Crew exist? Boy Diablo, the intrepid, the uncanny, hooligan historian, Uncle Del, your humble narrator, Diablo TV, like and subscribe. Do things you're supposed to do, and we delve into this question. And to quote Mr. ANNIS Abraham, the infamous millionaire hooligan, he says in his book ANNIS, that I'm nearly finished with. Awesome book, learned a lot, and a lot of things when he and I have spent time together and I've gotten to know him. He told me many of these things himself, but he didn't say this. But I've also heard this from other people. The quote is, there is no soul crew. And he was saying that, it says it in the book, and he goes further and says, it was something that it was about in the 80s, and the media keeps it alive, and that our fans use it to wind up the opposition. Now, that's in Mr. ANNIS Abraham's words. Thing is, does he speak for the entire firm? That's another matter. So, I love the guy, I respect the guy. Some people like him, some people don't like him. But whenever you're a person who likes to be known and has accomplishments, and people are going to talk about you and stuff like that, not everybody be a fan, but when they're hanging out, like me says, nobody says it to my face. That's what he told me. Same like me, more or less, you know. But some people might, I don't know, have a go at you or something like that. But you deal with it. So anyway, moving on. He said that, and he has his reasons for saying. But obviously there is obviously this whole crew does exist. Does it exist as a hooligan firm going out there with 1,000 lads and 900 lads and massive and doing what they've done, which is well documented. I didn't know about it in the past, but to me it's the best hooligan documentary. You take the BBC Cardiff Soul Crew documentary, and anybody out there want to challenge it, because to me before that, the Millwall 1977 panorama one was the best. But I say that the Cardiff Soul Crew one is the best hooligan documentary, or the hardest. It shows them and it shows the numbers and the attacking the police and everything like that. Best British hooligan. And then you see the best fight ever captured. You got there's the Chelsea, at Chelsea, which is really more Cardiff youth and had the whole Chelsea firm and other lads from London lads too. And that's a famous one you can see. And then you got this one, Stoke Naughty 40 with Soul Crew. That's pretty serious. That's got to be up there as one of the best fights. So, does that Soul Crew exist? No. But it's a family. I don't want to say a mafia because it's not organized as a mafia, but their city is very different. They defended Wales and the Welsh and South Wales and everything against English invading hordes, let's say, that were coming in from Millwall, Chelsea, the likes of Bradford, Plymouth, Portsmouth, Manchester. So you walk around I walk around, and I'm known as Soul Crew in Cardiff, and most people are not into that. The younger people know what it is and stuff like that, but I walk around in city center wherever I go, and people recognize me and say, "Oh, Del Boy." I say, "Yeah." I say, "Oh," and they want to meet me, and then, "Maybe we have a picture. Can we have a video?" Of course you can. So then, but besides that, I get there. This last time when I lived there for 3 months in 2023, so I get there initially to do the filming and stuff like that, and I arrive like on a Thursday, and I book in around the Wigan against Wigan match, Wigan Goon Squad, that's their firm. So and I had interactions with them online and so forth. So then I'm there Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday I book in, because I'm really booking in for the Millwall match. Millwall the following Saturday, so I'm either going to book in for a match prior or a match after. That's the way I had planned that trip, right? So that was the notion. I ended up staying, because then I had the boxing contract coming and everything like that, and all that a lot of other stuff happened. Stay tuned, that's ongoing. Now then, I book in first for the Wigan. I get in Thursday, Saturday's a match. As God would have it, it so happens that the day, I didn't know this, 40-year Soul Crew anniversary happened to be that day. How about that? So first, the Soul Crew throws a party in my honor. Let's say members of Soul Crew, my mate Thorny, we'll check him out. top man with the banners, with the tifos, merch, anything football related, football firm related, casuals related that you need done up. He can sort you. Yeah, brilliant guy. I love that guy. So at his spot, they throw a party for me, and Mr. Alan Rawlings, other old school guys come, we have a great time. They have kids there, but making shirts of me, kids wearing, taking pictures. Other lad, the brilliant guy Ian, he comes with the cars. We 8 Jacks on the front. He goes to Swansea Jacks. He goes with a swan, a stuffed animal swan with blood on it, on a noose, with a license plate that says "We 8 Jacks" at Swansea, guys. That's nuts, right? Awesome. So he brings it out today. He gives me an awesome badge, and then he gave me also a cup, and then he shows me this, and he tells me to choke it. Oh, okay. So there's the picture of me with this jacket on, choking a swan. Then next thing that started circulating, and down the line when I'm living in Cardiff, this is now time. So one of my mates who's in the leftism and stuff, he tells me, "Hey man, he's like, forget the hooligan stuff. Now there's like people are gonna be after you because of that picture, the animal, and that's also the symbol of the British royal family." I didn't know that. I took it as a football thing, and it was something that I did real quick, but then people thought it was real, and I don't take posts down and stuff. I'm on session and thinking about all this crazy stuff and winding myself up and making videos and doing all this kind of stuff. I don't take it down. You say stuff is like being in the pub and having too much to drink and say crazy stuff that's on your mind. You're still saying it, so you can't really take it back. But there's banter, it's whatever. It's being messed up and having fun and talking. Anyway, but the fact is that kind of stuff causes more sensation online, and it gets more traction, let's say, than if you're being sensible and saying nice things. Let's just say that. So now moving on. Wouldn't you know, we go to the match. I go, me, Mr. Alan Rawlings, Chris Lawson, and then also Garrett, brilliant guy. It's an EDM scene. Cheers, mate. Just last night, I'm going through. I got hundreds of friend requests. I'm still going through them. It takes me hours to go through because I look at the people, look at the pictures, see who it is. Oh, okay. And then I just finally found the Garrett man that I want to be in touch with this entire time. And he's the one who's in the documentary. I still have to master it, but when they show Soul Crew walking around and they're unescorted in a big mob and they're looking. Simo's there. They're looking for the opposition, and then you see Garrett. You see him on the phone. He's talking with them. He says, "You got 20 boys. Step by your right hand side. Tell them we'll have a look." Here's Simo. Tell them we'll have a look. We'll have a look. We'll have a look. So we're sitting in the car. And the rest of us, we're all going. They're telling me stories. Millwall. They're raiding the Birmingham Zulus. Talking about those. It's going on and on. Telling me some old stories. Alan Rawlings talking about him and Annis. They're all telling me stories. We're having a great time. We're on the way to the match now. And don't you know, we're talking about the documentary. And then and I told him that my favorite part, I'm imitating the part with Lakey, Tony Rivers wrote Soul Crew book. I'm imitating his part. When he's talking about Manchester United, and then I imitated. I said, my favorite part, I said, who's this guy? I want to meet him. And I imitated the lines. And he says, that's me, mate. I said, that's you? He said, yeah. And we had already been getting on because of talking about music, and New York City had been New York City, and that messed up his life. Messes up these people's lives being in these documentaries. Different than America. You get in a documentary for being a gang and stuff, and they make you more of a hero. In UK, it messes up your life. So going on, we go to the match, and then we go to this 40-year Soul Crew anniversary, and there's members there of Wigan Goon Squad and Tranmere Rovers, Stanley, TSB, Tranmere Stanley boys, as it were, right? So, and there's hundreds of lads. So, for those who have seen Football Factory, for those who are into this kind of culture, it's like Football Factory times 5 or something like that, because that's a massive place. And it's filled with lads, older lads, young, not so much younger lads. It was more older lads, pretty much, right? So, and everybody's decked out. It was amazing. So that being said, then I go next. Then I had breakfast. Then I go do a bunch of filming. I get the viral content. Then I go to breakfast. The day before, this is Friday, with Mr. Annis Abraham and Mr. Jonathan Evans and Mr. Sam Hammam on to meet me on the phone, and brilliant, just to be known. Imagine people say, he's not a real hooligan. Well, I'm sure known by top hooligans. Do they know you? Anyway, so Fact of the matter is, I have breakfast with them, and that was awesome. And then it was just meant to be a breakfast, but and Mr. Ennis Abraham gave me an autographed book. But who gets invited by Ennis Abraham and Jonathan Evans to go to breakfast? Who am I? Who are you? Well, anyway, moving forward. So it was meant to be a breakfast. The second time I had met Jonathan Evans, because I had met him already and hung out for a long time, walk around, got to know each other, which was awesome in the documentary earlier, right? So what was meant to be a breakfast, and Annis is a really interesting guy and a very intelligent guy. Jonathan Evans is quiet, but it's super cool, super nice guy. Obviously deadly, maybe perhaps a dangerous guy, perhaps the hardest hooligan in the whole UK. You look at a story, you tell me so. That's what people see when they start seeing this stuff as documentaries and everything, and his podcasts and everything. So going on, so Annis is like, he's like trying to figure me out and then work me out, and I think he did, because I'm a pretty straightforward person, and I say what's on my mind, even if sometimes it's a winder, but people can see through it, and he knows what sort of questions to ask. So then from there, the next day we go to the Millwall match. We go to a protest beforehand, and I'm walking, me, Annis Abraham, Jonathan Evans, Nilsey, other lads, and I walk to the protest with them. We got we're flanked by loads, Soul Crew and youth and their girl dressers. You know what I mean? So Bluebird Unite. To the police and I mean, people taking camp pictures, we're chanting, all this stuff. We go in, I'm sat with them, and Millwall's there chanting and stuff like that, and I'm sat with with Annis and people chanting for me in the stadium, and I'm sat with him and Jonathan Evans and Nilsey, and Evo Jonathan Evans says, he leans over, tells me, he says, you want to let them know you're here, Del? Okay. So I follow orders, and then so I walk over there, because the police is in between you. So there's their away section. They're all standing up chanting. The CCFC management is not really smart in a lot of ways, but I guess they do what they got to do. But the morale is low, the atmosphere is low, and you're not allowed to stand up. You're not allowed to stand up, and you're not allowed to do a bunch of different things. They deliberately keep them tame, let's say, and so it kills the atmosphere. So anyway, but I go over there, and I'm standing up, whatever, and then I have to sit down. That's what it is. You're not allowed to stand up. So I don't go stand up. I go sit down. And you know what I mean? And I already learned the week before that you're not allowed to do this throat cutting gesture. They were gonna ban me for that. The steward took me aside and they were gonna ban me for doing that. So I said, okay, boy, so you can't do this. No. Okay, can you do fuck off? Can you do wanker? Yeah. Okay, so I went back to the boys and said, well, listen, I'm not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do this, but I can do fuck off, I can do wanker, So it's a result. We got 2 out of 3, big deal, and it shows them respect. So anyway, think about all this. Me in the stadium, people chanting Soul Crew, walk around the streets, I chant Soul Crew, the people love them, they're like heroes. It's different than a regular hooligan firm that's hated by the community. These guys are loved in their community. I go around down the city center, go anywhere, and people say, oh, yeah, it's you, it's the hooligan. I say, yes, mate, it's me. Can we have a photo? And then they tell me, Soul Crew, and then I chant it, Soul Crew. I'm walking down the city center. I'm doing it when I'm singing karaoke, and people love it. People, they walk around, they're like heroes. It's not the same as what I experienced in Plymouth, where people hate the TCE, and I've gotten banned from places for talking about TCE, and I'm singing karaoke, and Bluebird, the owner, hates me, hates those guys, they tolerate me, and Bluebird there, and come on, Dal, everybody say, come on, sing a karaoke, and I get up, I sing my Sham 69, I sing Saturday Nights All Right for Fighting, blah, 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 and I'm up there in between, hurry up, Harry, come on. So we're going down the pub, and then when this breaks, yeah, one time for the TCE, one time for then one on the phone. Shut up, stop it. Yeah, you said that one more time, you're gonna make banned from me. They stopped me from singing TCE. And then the other place I walk in sometime, there's a Prince Mark. I gotta meet a boy Roper. Man like Grant, and then I gotta walk in and meet those boys. I walk all the way to Egg Buckland from where I'm from in Efford, and I walk over there, and as soon as I walk in, blah blah blah, da da da, and then whatever like that, we start talking, da da da. So just by talking about the TCE. I went, and then I went to get a bevy. They're not serving me. They're ignoring me. And I got banned. They were not banned, but they wouldn't serve me a drink. It caused a problem. I caused a problem. Talk a lot of stuff. They wouldn't serve me because of me talking about TC. So, and also me talking about another place almost got me into a fight. And I did get in a fight where I chinned two guys, and then and the woman hit me in the head with a stiletto. So, going back to the Soul Crew now. Does the Soul Crew exist? To me, it exists as a family, as not a gang, not a mafia, but to me, the Soul Crew exists. As far as it being a football hooligan firm that has lads that go around fighting and representing it, the older lads will tell you no. As for me, what do I know? I don't know. Can't say.